Hey guys, what's going on? It's Andrew from AR Media. In this week, I want to go over February's releases in 4K. Now, I've been doing these monthly release videos, and I know you guys have been really enjoying them. January wasn't really that exciting when it comes to releases, but luckily, February has a lot more in store for us. So let's get straight to the first week in February. So the 5th, we have a couple of releases, starting with Widows in 4K. Now, this is one that I missed in theaters. I didn't have really too much desire to see it, but I will definitely be catching this in 4K, either on streaming or on physical, and heard decent things about the movie. Next up, coming out that week, is The Girl in the Spider's Web. Now, I'm a big fan of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and this is a spiritual sequel to that, and I'm really excited to see this. I missed this one in theaters. Even though I didn't hear the best things about this, I'm going to go into it with an open mind, and I'm excited to check out the 4K transfer for sure. Now, last but not least, on the 5th, we have the animated version of The Grinch. Now, I personally won't be checking this one out, but I'm sure this one will be fun for the whole family. Next up, on February 12th, we have one of the biggest releases of the month, and that's going to be Bohemian Rhapsody on 4K. Now, I am so pumped for this one to come to the format. I can't wait to hear how the Dolby Atmos sounds at home. I can't wait to see how the picture looks, and some awesome editions are coming out. We got the Steelbook coming out from Best Buy that looks great. We got the regular edition. We got the Target with a book included, so I'm really pumped. Still not decided which version I'm going to get, but I cannot wait for this one to hit the 4K format and to give it a second watch. Next up, we have February 19th, and this is a pretty packed date. So I'm going to start up with my favorite of the month, and that's going to be A Star Is Born on 4K. Now, this is another one where I'm really pumped to hear how that Atmos mix comes to home. Such a great soundtrack on that, and this is one of my favorite movies of the year, so I'm really pumped to see how the 4K transfers and how it looks overall. Now, I did get the 4K digital copy of this, so I do have first impressions upcoming this week. Now, next coming out that week is Overlord in 4K. Now, I haven't heard much about this movie besides Nazi zombies and that it's badass, and I cannot wait to check this out. I'm pretty sure this is a Blumhouse production, so I'm going to go in with actually some pretty high expectations, thinking it's going to be a nice, bloody, gruesome, good time, and pumped to check it out for the first time in 4K. Now, last on the week for that list is Robin Hood. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't heard much about this. I didn't see the trailer for this, but I do know that I have this one on the way, and I'm sure this one is going to be a visual and audio treat when it comes to the AV specs. I'm not too sure about the movie, but I'm sure technical-wise this one's going to look great. And the last week in February is one of the biggest weeks. We have the Little Mermaid coming to 4K UHD Blu-ray. Now, after The Lion King and how that looked, I'm so pumped for the Little Mermaid. I cannot wait to see how that looks in 4K. I'm sure the colors are going to be extremely bright, extremely pungent, and they're going to look beautiful. Now, next up, we have Ralph Breaks the Internet. Now, this is another punchy, vivid movie. I missed this one in theaters. I'm a huge fan of Wreck-It Ralph 1, so cannot wait to check this one out when it hits the 4K format. Now, next up, we have Dynasty, the BBC documentary in 4K. Now, I know the UK got this a couple of months ago, and I've heard from a couple of members there that it is a reference disc through and through, and I would not expect anything different. I'm expecting this right up there with Planet Earth 2, with Blue Planet 2, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. And last but not least, we have Mary, Queen of Scots in 4K. Now, this one doesn't particularly interest me, but with the costumes and the set design and all that, I figured it's definitely worth a mention in 4K, and Focus Features usually makes some great movies. So anyway, guys, that is February 4K. That is what to look forward to. I'm going to put a link in the description for all the movies. Buying from that link gives me a small kickback to help me review more 4Ks for you guys. So anyway, guys, I hope you had a good month of January. I have my first impressions for A Star Is Born coming later this week, and I'll see you guys in the next one.